Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of Glendhae's World. Today's topic is going to be about the technological costs and benefits of using aluminum products instead of tin. So, let's get started. Just some background information on aluminum. Aluminum is a silvery white metal. It is the 13th element in the periodic table. Pure aluminum does not occur naturally in nature because this element binds easily with other elements. Therefore, they have to be extracted. The most common form of aluminum is aluminum sulfate. This is a combination of two sulfuric acids, one based on aluminum and the other based on an alkaline metal. There are about 300 aluminum compounds and minerals that contain aluminum that we know of, and that includes feldspar, ruby, sapphire, and emerald. Humphrey Davy was the one who proved aluminum existed through electrolysis. He found this metal in alumina, from which he derived the name aluminum. Let's say if aluminum had an eHarmony account, it would look kind of like this. And it's one of the lightest metals in the whole world. It's light, but it's also very strong. It's flexible, and there's a thin layer of oxide film that makes it corrosion resistant. It's a great conductor of electricity, and it forms alloys with other metals very easily. There you have it. Now that you have the background information in aluminum, we can move on to my top 5 examples of why using aluminum is better than tin. Number 1. Car manufacturing. Nowadays, automakers are trying new methods and making the process of manufacturing cars more eco-friendly, cost-effective, and efficient. The use of aluminum to decrease the weight is actually a catalyst for cost saving throughout the entire vehicle. This means that the use of aluminum can cut down the assembly of cars to fewer parts. Additionally, reducing the weight results in reduced fuel and maintenance costs. The durability increases, and so does the resale rates and payloads. Researchers found that the use of light materials is the best way to decrease the technological cost. Let's talk numbers. Lighter car means that fewer batteries are needed to move it, so the use of advanced lightweight aluminum body structures saves up to $3,000 per vehicle. A great example of this would be the aluminum-bodied Ford F-150. This truck is fabricated from high-strength aluminum alloys. Because of this, the truck is 700 pounds lighter, and it has a higher payload capacity. Therefore, it can carry much more weight. They call this truck the future of tough. In comparison to aluminum, tin is rarely found on Earth because it is the 49th most abundant metal on the planet. Aluminum, on the other hand, is the 3rd most abundant metal and the 9th most abundant element. Since the automotive industry is looking for more ways to make their products cheaper, tin is not very useful for this because, unlike aluminum, it is expensive. Tin can be a fuel catalyst just like aluminum, but it does not directly contribute to the automotive industry. But tin does help reduce fuel consumption when it is added to fuel. This also reduces emissions and saves energy. Then again, recycling just 1 ton of aluminum alone saves us energy equivalent to 21 barrels of oil. 2. Building development. After steel, aluminum is the most commonly used metal in buildings. It is used in all construction sectors, from commercial buildings to our homes. According to the aluminum market, aluminum is most used in construction. It is the industry with the second highest consumption, which is 25%. The main market sectors in which aluminum is distributed to are windows, roofing, prefabricated buildings, scaffolding, and many more. Primary smelter aluminum is pure, therefore it is low in strength. Of course, engineers always want a metal that is relatively stronger. To get this, aluminum is alloyed, meaning it is combined with other metals to make it stronger. The 2 most common alloys are the 5000 series magnesium alloys and 6000 series silicon. Each alloy has its uses for different sections of the construction work. It is all up to the designer to select from a wide range of properties these alloys contain. As I've mentioned, aluminum forms a protective layer of oxide as soon as it makes contact with air. This is its built-in durability. Aluminum construction products are treated to enhance its ability to withstand harsh environmental attacks. Through an electrolytic process called anodization, the thickness of the natural oxide layer is increased from 0.00001 millimeters to between 0.005 millimeters and 0.025 millimeters. Other reasons reasons why aluminum is used is because, unlike steel, aluminum is strong at low temperatures. It is also easy to work with because it can be fabricated to several different forms, such as foil, sheets, wires, and etc. Lastly, aluminum is recyclable. This is extremely useful because nowadays, building owners choose to deconstruct rather than demolish. There is no need for a wrecking ball or a sledgehammer. Buildings are now taken down carefully to extract as much recyclable materials like aluminum as possible. And guess what? It's also great for the environment because it diminishes the environmental impact and the cost of dumping it in a landfill. Pure tin is rarely used in manufacturing industries because it is too weak. It has to be alloyed with other metals to become stronger. Aluminum, as we all know, is much stronger than tin. The use of tin is mostly connected to the plumbing industry. Tin is alloyed with lead to make solder, which is what is used to join two metals together. It can also attach metal wire in electrical devices, and another use of tin to the plumbing industry is that it is alloyed with copper to create bronze. Bronze in turn creates water gauges, bulbs, and so on. 3. The aluminum can advantage. Aluminum cans are high in sustainability when it comes to beverage packaging. This is because its recycling rate is higher than the other products like glass and plastic. They are strong and lightweight, which allows companies to package using less material. 70% of the can is recyclable. This is 3 times larger than the amount of recyclable product in glass and plastic. And because aluminum makes recycling programs possible, it is a high-value recycling material. This effectively promotes the recycling of less valuable materials like glass and plastics. Recycled aluminum scrap is worth $1,357 per ton. Since aluminum is lightweight, it makes shipping more efficient and less waste is created. A study conducted by the ICF International in 2016 found that the greenhouse gas emissions that is associated with the transportation and refrigeration of drinks in aluminum cans are lower than in glass or plastic bottles. The gas emissions of a 12-ounce aluminum compared to a 12-ounce glass bottle is 45% lower, and compared to a 20-ounce plastic bottle, it is 49% lower. Despite all this, $800 million worth of aluminum is still lost to landfills. Recycling aluminum is very, very important because it saves 92% of the energy that is needed to make another can. If 100% of the cans are recycled, the energy saved is enough to power 4 million homes in a year. Clearly, aluminum is not only beneficial to the recycling and beverage companies, but it is also beneficial to our planet. As many of you may not know, tin cans were replaced by aluminum because it was found to be more toxic to humans. This doesn't mean that aluminum is also not toxic to humans. Every metal that we use for our food packaging has some level of toxicity. Aluminum happens to be less toxic than tin. Nevertheless, to this day, tin is still used for special food products and is better at sealing canned food. Also, tin coatings help prevent the corrosion. Moving on to number 4, foil and packaging. Aluminum foil is mainly used in food and pharmaceutical packaging. This is because it provides a barrier to light, oxygen, moisture, and bacteria. It is also able to preserve perishable food without the use of refrigerators. It serves as an aseptic package. Aseptic means free of disease-causing microbes. Aluminum consumption in the foil and packaging industry has been slowly increasing. The first aluminum food packaging containers showed up in the market in 1948. Since then, it has been growing. It expanded into 3 major categories: household/institutional foil, semi-rigid foil, and flexible packaging. Aluminum foil usage has grown in areas such as food preparation, insulation, electronics, geochemical sampling, and art decoration. Many of you probably already know foil was originally made out of tin. This was used as packaging for gum, cigarettes, and a wrapper for leftover food in the early 20th century, but it left a tinny taste. This was the problem. In 1926, the US foil company introduced aluminum foil. Its success went through the roof. It's lightweight and it was much less expensive than tin foil. It could be rolled much thinner, therefore the yield per roll was higher. Last but not the least, 5. Aluminum and aerospace. By now, it is no doubt that aluminum has an expansive influence in our everyday lives. Since the Wright brothers built their first plane, aluminum has been used in the aerospace industry. Planes were originally made out of wood, and the engine cranks were made out of aluminum. To this day, aluminum is still widely manufactured for the use of the aerospace industry. Just like in car manufacturing, it lowers the cost for aircraft manufacturing. manufacturing, and at the same time meets the strict requirements in the industry. Benefits of aluminum in this industry is very similar to the automotive industry. Its lightweight property allows the aircraft to carry more weight and become more fuel efficient. Aluminum's high strength also allows it to replace other metals that are heavier without losing the strength of those other metals. Since aluminum is highly resistant to corrosion, it is a valuable use to aircraft because it would be able to withstand the harsh corrosive environments of the maritime. Compared to aluminum, tin is not as corrosion resistant. A problem often found with tin is that it has poor corrosion resistance to materials that contain asphalt, vitamin, acids, and graphite. It also causes aluminum and bare iron and steel to corrode. It is evident that aluminum is more cost-saving and more beneficial than tin. Although aluminum dominates tin in different areas and sectors of our economic industry, it is still widely used today. I don't know about you, but I think aluminum is much better than tin. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And that concludes episode 11 of Glendhae's CHEM World. Thanks for watching!
Pimps in the crib, ma. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot.